Today we're excited to have North Lake Innovations here in our space. We are a co-working space. We have open desks, dedicated desks. We rent out private offices. We have suites, and we have a nice little studio downstairs if anyone ever needs to book it for photography sessions, any podcast sessions, and all of that great stuff.
CoLab is the place you're standing in. This has been around for quite a while. We actually did some original events here to help open it before it was actually open. We did a startup weekend here, and it's been a great kind of bastion of the community. But Brianna has been grateful enough to let us, and all the other people that work here, let us kind of come in and disrupt. There is, by the way, a gift voucher. If you want to find out more, I would suggest that you talk to Brianna. She'd actually be up to give some tours, kind of show you around the place. They've got offices available, and it is a great place to kind of come in and meet. When you come into this meetup, you get a chance to meet some really good people. When you work next to them, it's really, really amazing to be able to kind of turn over and find out some of their value and what they're doing and how they can contribute and what you can contribute to them. So co-working space, it's just been amazing. And nobody can read that because it's a little bit blurry. And it says, frankly, I'm obsessed with startup ecosystem, and that special force that creates successful startups and founders. Because it's really easy to sit up and give you a 5 bullet point list of things that you should do. And I hate the word should, because it always kind of means we're not good enough and we're not doing enough. And so I think there's something inherent in us that we really can tap into that can build success in a really interesting way. And that started from a very young time. This was one of my heroes, and you probably don't recognize him, but maybe now you do. And so that was at 10, and let's just say I never completed my training. But this was kind of a formative side. It was kind of a formative side of kind of looking for this special force of what was really going on, and really kind of trying to pierce the veil and look beyond what was really kind of evident. People would always tell me something, and I would feel like that didn't really apply, and then had my own kind of way to do it, run my own thing. So kind of been a life journey. Here's what I know. After doing a lot of these events, what I hope is you have a startup. Or you have an idea for a startup. You might be just trying to find out what it's like to build it. Right? A lot of people sit on ideas and they're like, how do I do this? Where do I go? What's the first step? And that's part of what I want to do is I want to kind of make this journey really apparent and evident so that we get more people that are doing it. Because I think one of the amazing things about entrepreneurship is it starts this journey of self-agency that you take control over things, and that's a hugely empowering thing. I think it's a personal journey as much as it is an economic development, but it's what we really want to foster. You may want to work for a startup. Not ready to do one on your own, just know you have skills and things to contribute, and that's hugely important because it's a really lonely journey if you're trying to start something. You don't understand how to get other people alongside with you. You may just want to meet more people that just are ambitious, right? When we sit and feel like we're a cog in a machine, it's really, really frustrating. And getting around more people just kind of lifts you up, and that's okay too. That's exactly the kind of people we want, is people that are trying to lean in and do more and better things. You may be looking for that X factor. You may be looking for, what does a successful company do? How is it different than what I hear about on Shark Tank, right? You kind of get this idea that that's the only path. Or you may just have shown up for cookies and coffee. And that's okay too, because it is a community, and it just lifts us all up to have people out. If you are here about a startup, you should know, startup is a special beast, right? We talk about starting a lifestyle business or a startup. A startup is somebody that is engineered to grow fast. And this is Y Combinator, which is one of the kind of premier accelerators. They talk about it a lot. Growing fast is a thing, and fast is relative. So what's important is to say, no, when they say fast, they mean growing 50 to 100 times in a year. So think about that. You talk about 0 to 60, you're talking about 0 to 100, 20, right? You're talking about absolutely flooring it. And what happens is, was it Mike Tyson that said everybody has a game plan until they step in the ring and get punched in the face? That's exactly it. When you say you're doing a startup, if you're not moving fast, you're losing a huge competitive advantage, right? Because your indecision means other people are doing the same thing. It means you're starting to create this habit of non-action. There's a bunch of different reasons why speed is something to really focus on. Now, we say this all the time, but fast isn't about investment, right? The only way to build a company is not to get investment, right? We start talking a lot about investment and pitching and all this other kind of stuff, and we just realize that's one track. It's one of the things I'm really excited about Ryan, because the path was not that conventional, right? The path to build what he did was not, I'm going to do this, I'm going to build a pitch deck, and I'm going to go tell somebody to give me $2 million, right? So I think this is a really, really good conversation. I'm looking forward to this. 2017, Village Capital decided to really kind of break this veil of investment, founders looking for investment. And what they built was, it's a spreadsheet that's intentionally there. It's called the Village Capital Viral Pathway. I'll give you a link to it. I'll show it. We're not going to go through this. This is not class. But just know that it's built to do this. The stage of the company is here. The expectations across different categories of the business is here. And then over on the other side is about different types of funding that are generally happening at those stages. And what they did is they tried to address the main thing that they heard or had to tell people, which is investor would come in, or a founder would come in to the investor, they would do it, they would talk about what they wanted to do, and the only answer they had was, you're too early. And I think everybody that's pitched an investor has heard this, and it's really kind of disheartening. So what they did is they really built out this matrix. Again, I'm not going to go through it, but things that are on here. The tone of this, I think, is really important, that the team has a clear understanding, right? So there's a team, there's the problem, your vision, the value proposition, your product, your market. So there's different categories and there's pieces of your business. And then based on the stage, it says if you're trying to validate an investable market, then your team has a clear understanding of how their target operates, how their target market operates, right? So this goes to you embedding inside of this and being really, really knowing what you're doing, being the expert inside of a field, right? So this is all leading up to this valley of death, which is market validation. And I think that's really important because if you isolate it, this zone starts to give you some really interesting things that you can do to build a go-to-market strategy. So I want to talk about what North Bank is doing in relationship to that is we're building what we call a go-to-market sprint. This is something that we've done before that is pulling together cohorts, 6 to 8 founder groups or startups, and pulling them together, running through some really, really rigorous investigation and exercises and protocol. I hate to say exercises. It's not workshopping. This is not meant to be academic. This is meant to give you real tangible tools at the end to help grow your business. So that startup, or that go-to-market sprint, is an 8-week program that we put on. We're still building out the timing and cost for this. It is a paid piece program that we do. If you want to find out more, that QR code goes up to the website. About halfway down the page, there's a link to find out more. You're not signing up, paying for anything, but if you want to find out, it is an amazing experience. We've done it before, and it's exceptional. Some of the companies that have come through, and we showcase it at the end. Sorry, one of the things that we do is we really brag about what you've done. This is one of the cohorts that came through, and we pull together a panel or a group just like this, and we do a pitch at the end so that you can kind of collaborate or brag about what you've done and built. Some more pictures kind of the process. And I don't know that you can see him very well, but Michael Pan was one of the first guys to come through. one of the programs that we did. This was in 2016. He's gone on to pitch at Shark Tank. This is the packaging that I redesigned. It's really kind of this great collaborative process inside of the whole group. So that's one thing we're doing. If you want to find out more about it, QR code's gone, but feel comfortable, smack the mic, sorry. Feel comfortable, come up and talk to me, and I can give you some more information about what we're building. We also do a bunch of other events. There's a QR code at the end. I don't want to run too long into Ryan's time. But what we did, we've got 4 events that we do every month. These are the dates and times. Again, there will be a QR code, but if you go to the meetup page with /North Bank Inno, INNO, then all these should be listed up there. And we tried to be really smart and stagger them from, the second Tuesday or the third Monday, the last Friday, the first Tuesday. That's the only way I can keep it straight, because otherwise I'm going to schedule over it.